contract the ventricles. So this is traveling through here and it's depolarizing your ventricles. And then after the depolarization of the ventricles, you know, they contract and blood's gonna shoot up. So what also is going on simultaneously, while these are depolarizing your ventricles, your atria are repolarizing, which makes sense because once something is depolarized, it has to repolarize back to normal before it can depolarize again. Make sense? Cool. Stop me if I'm speaking Chinese or something. Begins at the apex. Yeah, so QRS complex, 2 things to take away from it. Ventricles are depolarizing, atria are repolarizing. P wave thing to take away, atria is depolarizing. So these are like the big concepts when I say what is this part of the graph? Number 1, number 2, what's going on in this part of the graph?
You say QRS again.
Yeah, QRS complex.
No, ventricles are what? What's happening?
You want me to say QRS? I'll say it like slower, faster. Sorry, that was really dumb on my part. So what's going on? So QRS is when your ventricles are depolarizing.
Okay.
So when something's depolarizing, it's preparing, in the heart in this case, it's preparing to contract. So it can't contract until it's depolarized.
And atria is repolarizing.
Correct. So the atria is chilling out, getting ready to fire off again. So QRS complex, and then you've got this little thing. So our ventricle depolarization is complete. I always skip these little steps, but it's good to see. So you can see here, they're depolarizing, depolarization is complete, and then after, the T wave represents ventricle repolarization because you want your ventricles to set up again to be contracted again.
So that's a T wave?
Yeah, so T wave is ventricle repolarization.
Well, doesn't that happen? Oh, okay. Just kidding.
Yeah, so the T wave is the same as atria repolarization here.
Sorry, for the P wave, did you say that was repolarizing or is it just chilling?
It's P wave is depolarization of the atria. It's probably one of the most important steps.
And so then QRS is the ventricles are depolarizing,
Correct.
is repolarizing, and then the T wave is ventricle repolarizing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nodes in the atria, that's the same thing.
So the AV node and the SA node are both in the same like atrium. So they're both right here in the right atrium, but this AV node is towards the AV valve.
So for the P wave, the depolarization causes the AV node to contract, or the atria?
Other way around. The SA node is what fires off and causes depolarization of your atria. Does that make sense? And then once the SA node fires, depolarizes the atria, then it'll contract. It stimulates it to contract.
So what should we know what the P wave is?
P wave, just try to like drill in your brain. P wave means atrial depolarization.
By the SA node.
By the SA node. Yeah, if you want to take it a step further, I like that. What's that?
Depolarization?
D, yeah. So just try to think the heart will not contract unless it depolarizes first. So if you just think about it conceptually, you're not going to say, oh, it's repolarizing and then contracting. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, next question. What is depolarization?
So depolarization is when you have,
Like, is that
let me
like?
give you the short version. So you remember this graph right here? Something like that. So this part of the graph was depolarization because what's going on is your neuron has a big enough graded potential to cause an action potential, and when that happens, what's going on is you have sodium channels begin to open, and when you have a cell and you have a bunch of positive things going inside, so initially the cell is really negative, but my sodium channel, which is a positive ion channel, is allowing positive things to come in. So say this room is full of really negative, grumpy people, and then all of a sudden that door opens and a bunch of happy people that are really positive come in, like way more happy people. What's going to happen to the room? The morale. It's going to become happy, right? So we're going to have a positive room. So right here, you're at a negative number, and then all the happy people run in, which is going to make the room really positive. So this shoots up to 30.
Okay, so depolarization is letting in positive ions?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, very good. So when positive things happen, that's what propagates an action potential to go down a neuron, and then it'll stimulate your your muscles.
So repolarization is just going back to
So then
the idea.
repolarization